usable. So I'll need to zoom out and start again, because I'm going to use all this in a video I'm going to be putting together. Alright, so where is park? Will this work? Yeah, okay. Psychedelic art exchange, right on. Okay, Hampton. Where are those TV stations? Ugh. Gosh darn it. Alright, I've gotten lost. There's the zoo. There's Woodbury. So we walked through Woodbury. There's 83. Jones Falls Trail. Okay, here we go. So our first stop. There we go. Yes. Our first stop is here. Now this building, both of these buildings, when we did the walking tour, they had been demolished and a new big monstrous condo was here. And you'll hear Static Warp Shell describe that in very Kunslerian terms, I think, at the very beginning of our tour. Now, we had to walk for a ways to get to this spot, but this was the first spot where we stopped and commented on things. So we followed this trail. It's a very nice walking trail. Sort of parallels the train tracks there. You know, I don't remember this farm being there. So maybe I was just futzing with my camera as we walked past, or maybe it's gone now. But then there's a playground here, and we did stop here. Let's see, can let me go down a bit. All right. Yeah. So we did stop here. We talked about these stone buildings, which you can't see very well, but I've got some video that I'll insert. Let's back out a little bit. Okay. So here's the trail, and we took a right, and we came up around behind these houses, and we walked up here to this corner. This big white building is a TV station, so we walked along this block, and then we crossed this big road here. What is it? West 41st Street, and followed the sidewalk until we got to right here. So where is it? There is chain link fence here. There's a road that runs parallel to these train tracks. You can't see it very well, but you'll see it in the video that I took when we finally got to this factory over here. But there's tall inward curving chain link here, so people can't throw stuff off the bridge down onto cars and trains and things. But this house right here, now we were there in the wintertime. We were there in January, but this is clearly a summertime scene. There is a big hen house. You know, not like a, you know, you're growing a bunch of, you know, layers or fryers for Tyson Foods, but, you know, just a backyard hen house, but a pretty big one. And then we looked across down at this building, which is it's in the process of being torn down. So this is clearly an old image because, you know, we saw a lot less of this building. Or we saw all of it, but it was a big pile of red brick rubble. Anyway, we walked across this bridge. Let's reorient this. There we go. So I can't really get it straight north-south, but we walked across this bridge over I-83, up this hill. Let's let the resolution catch up. All right. So you see lots of connected houses here. You know, they're so-called row houses, but these, unlike the stereotypical row house, Baltimore row house, these have front yards. The more stereotypical Baltimore row house, just, you know, there's a stoop and it just walks straight to the sidewalk. It just lets out straight to the sidewalk. So we continued up here, up this road. Now I need to zoom out because I don't remember that turn. Oh, no, we must have taken it. Okay. Remember, we stopped here. We looked around. Continued up, and then we got onto this road, Hickory Avenue. We passed this cemetery, which I have to say was a uninspiring cemetery. I've seen much better. But, you know, people got to get buried, and they don't all have money. So we walk down this way. And then, I remember at this church we took a left, and I'll show you why I remember that. So let's zoom in. Actually, no, we didn't, because I think... No, maybe we did. Yeah. See that mural? I stopped and took a photo of that. So these wings are painted so that you can stand in front of it, and it looks like you've got wings, but it's clearly for children. So as an adult male, I had to stoop down, and my pose is unfortunate. It looks like I'm taking a dump right there on the sidewalk with angel wings. All right. So at this point, I'm kind of losing the thread. I don't remember exactly where we went from here. So at this point, I think I'm going to have to zoom out and reorient myself. Alright, where's I-83? Okay, here's 83. So we came from over here. Yeah. there was a big mill building which had been repurposed to loft-style apartments and fine dining and other such upscale activities. Was it this place? No, that's too small. Might have been this place. Zoom in on that. Yep, that's the place. I remember those white windows. Okay. Yes. So at one point we came to this building. We walked around to this side. But we didn't get much further than that because the day was getting late and we wanted to get to our final destination, which was the ruins, in time to do some drone photography. So we walked along this way. And let's just go ahead and go down to the street view. So what I've discovered is to do these videos, these street view videos, you need, I guess, a blazing fast computer. Because the guy whose stuff I've been watching, Steve Beach, I think his name is, he's doing a combination of Google Maps, Google Earth, Google Street View videos, and his just, they're like butter. They just smoothly scroll. So we walked along here, and as you can see, there's no sidewalk. We were walking into traffic, as you're supposed to in a situation like this. And it's funny, in my memory, this part of the walk was very short. It's taking me longer to sort of scrub through it in Google Street View than it did in my memory. But of course, that's exactly the reverse. Wow. Okay. No, this is clearly going to take forever, so let's zoom out. All right, so you kind of lose the road in the trees here, but we went along this way, followed this road. Okay, here's another complex that we walked past. We'll go back to Street View for this one. It doesn't seem to want to go to Street View. Is it this? No, that's the map. And that's a blank grid. Okay, that's very helpful. All right. No, don't center on me. I know where I am in Vermont. Well, that's a shame, and there's no back on Google Street View. Shoot. Wow. So I got to hand it to Steve Beach. I mean, this is not easy trying to control these maps like this. I'm trying to get back to where I was, but I have no clue as to how to do it. Double clicking on the location doesn't seem to help. And that pin being there doesn't really seem to do anything. No, not on me. Gosh darn it. Never, ever, 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 ever hit that icon. It looks like center, but what it means is center on your current location, which is like an 8-hour drive away from where I'm trying to look at. What a freaking pain. Okay, here's 83. There's the Jones Falls Trail. I think we crossed Yeah, here. Walk up this way. There's the cemetery. So we came over this way. And at Whitehall Mill. So anyway, we followed this road for quite a while. We went under the highway here. So let's start, I guess, right around here. Okay, now it won't go any closer. How do I get to... Okay. Now down a little more. That's psychedelic looking. Okay, here we go. This is actually almost exactly where I wanted to be. Let's take a little look around here. Yeah. So we came up this road, and it was under this very short overpass. I guess it's back in here behind this foliage. There's a place where you can get underneath here, but it's fenced off with chain link fence, but the chain link has been peeled back, and back in there, in the shadows, you could see that there were like folding chairs set up under the bridge, and there's a big utility spool that somebody was using as a table. Basically, people were hanging out down there. I mean, we didn't see any people in there at the time, but it was clearly a gathering point for people who wanted some company but didn't really have anywhere to go. Any place where they could hang out. Alrighty. Meadow Mill. Okay. I guess we didn't go in there. So follow this for a while. Right. And then under the bridge. Under the bridge. Under the bridge. All right, and here are the train tracks. Google let us take the road by the tracks? Yes, it will. All right. Alrighty. And I remember stopping to take a picture of that door, but Google's not going to make it easy for me to stop there. Okay, so coming up here, this is the building where we shot the drone footage. And it's a very generous use of the we, as it was Kevin's drone that he was flying and he was doing the photography. So we as in Kevin plus 3 other people who were standing around, not really participating, but sort of comparing notes. All right, so all of this in the when we were there, this was just a big pile of rubble. All right. Now I see, is this Google Earth or Maps? Popping back and forth between them. Oh, duh. Look at the URL, Maps. It's amazing how detailed cities are on Google Maps. Not used to that in the less populated area I'm in. Looks like Richmond Aqueduct ruins are on Google Maps. There's some pictures at least. The mid-1800s project on the Erie Canal. I thought if you scroll in or up with the mouse, it will zoom to where your mouse is. Okay, well that's an interesting theory. I don't have a mouse handy to test it out with. Wonder how old that footage of the decaying building is then? Well, the footage that we shot is just a couple weeks old at this point. How old is the Google Earth imagery? I don't know. At least that it was clearly summer when all of that detail was collected and assembled into these views. So probably at least I would guess at least a year. But anyway, I wanted to capture all of that, wandering around as a video. Now, can I download these videos? I don't know. I hate to do this to you. I'm going to stop streaming right now. So just that tour is, a discrete video unto itself, and then I'll